Services presents Kired, Know Your Architect/Designer.
Welcome back again I think we have a couple of episodes that we have shot, and this is the finale episode of Guide Season 1. And we couldn't do it better than the people we are there on the couch today. They're the people who are transforming spaces, and I think I've been following them for last 8 years now. Briefing things on and off, following their work on social media. The company is known as Space Dynamix, and we have Ashutosh Schwartz sir on the couch with Manjunath Chatwar sir on the couch. They are founders and partners of Space Dynamix, and this is the finale episode, guys. I would like you to go online, check the previous episodes, and also subscribe and like and share it with your friends. Thank you. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Pleasure is all
Pleasure to be here.
We also have Varun sir. I think he's been there. I think he's been there for a while now. And if you don't know him, you're missing out a lot of fun. You have to go and watch the previous episodes. He's a fun guy to talk to. And we are doing it today with Space Dynamix. I'll start with a very simple thing, sir. How are you?
Very good. Very excited as always. And it's fun to do these kind of podcasts.
All good. I mean, it's a new experience. Let's see how things go.
Yeah?
Ready to roll.
So it's a very free-flowing conversation. I'll just ask you one basic thing. When did your partnership start?
So 2005 is when we started.
Okay.
2007, 2005.
2006. So
2006,
it's been that long, right?
been
So
that long.
So you don't remember?
Yeah, कब से शुरू किया?
It's
But yeah, it's been 2006. I think we
Yes,
started.
2006 we
2005
started.
unofficially.
2005 unofficially we kind of
And then,
started brewing this concept of a co-partnership.
Yeah.
And formally, yes, 2006 we
But we
got
know each other
rolling.
since 1992
Yeah, so we are
Right, so when we
friends
joined
since 1990,
college.
1994.
1990.
94 we joined college.
we joined, yeah.
94 we
1994.
joined Sir J.J. College of Architecture.
Nice.
We
So
started
many
in the same batch.
Okay.
Best of friends, a part of a much bigger
30 years more or
great
less.
Friends. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
celebrating 30 years of
almost.
friendship this year.
Nice.
With the JJ alumni. Yeah.
See, I'm talking to a kid's mind which is 10
Yeah.
years old, 11 years old, and then
Absolutely.
thinking about
Absolutely.
Yeah.
after because that time you had major professions which we already I think we've
Yes.
discussed over this
Right.
podcast for a very long time
Right.
now. उस time पे ये profession जैसा नहीं था, to be very honest, and it was there, but
Right.
not how it is today. Today is to like everyone wants to get into this industry.
Yes.
Architecture नहीं मिला तो interior designing मिला
Right.
तो कुछ और. You just want to be a
Right.
part of this thing.
Correct.
But what happened at that point?
Counselors, unfortunately, today are dissuading children from doing architecture. My son went to a counselor a few years back and she was
Really?
like, hey, architecture? Why architecture? Like, no, that's not a paying field. I think people see the wrong sides sometimes
Yeah.
and people don't see the brighter. Every profession will have both sides.
Yeah.
Correct.
The
You'll
percentages
have
are
successful
divided.
practices and you'll have people who have been successful sitting in a developer's office.
Yeah.
And to each his own. You can't say that somebody is sitting in a developer's office and managing a huge industry today. Even he is doing a fab job. Matlab, you need
Agreed.
not be a consultant all the time. So I think what architecture does is that it opens out a lot of avenues for you.
Yeah.
Imagine this store. Somebody who has an interior design qualification
Right.
can obviously add an edge.
Yeah.
With
Right,
due
100%.
respect.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Matlab,
Yeah.
generally to pick
Yes.
stuff, and a lot of architects now are collaborating to have their own furniture stores or
Yeah.
blah blah.
Or some
blah,
product
some
design or
product,
something is
etc.
Let's speak about design philosophy. We've spoken a lot about your journey. What is your office's design? Because I clearly see on your website also there are two different divisions that you're working on. There's an architectural division, there's an interior design
Yes.
division.
Correct.
What is your design philosophy? How your office operates, and what is to take from the Space
So,
Dynamix?
Honestly, I think with the course of practice, most people will agree that design philosophies get a little lost over a period of time. You
Okay.
rarely get to design something that's
I would say diluted.
yeah, diluted
not
or
lost.
sometimes
Okay.
off
Yeah.
the track, because you might like a certain thing, but maybe the developer or the client, end user is not in sync there. And he's always right, because finally it's his home.
Correct.
It's his clubhouse or it's his building that's we're doing a lot of work in Delhi now, where obviously the style prevailing
different,
compared to
is
Mumbai, south
different.
or western
It's very
part of our
different.
country is very different.
Yeah.
So for me to throw my ideology or let's say Space Dynamix throws its ideology to the client, it may not work there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just ring a surprise saying it might work, but it's a
But it
risk which
doesn't.
a developer is not willing to take. Similarly, we've seen a lot of clients coming with a very set
Prefixed
thought
what
process.
you-
कि ये चाहिए, वैसा चाहिए. And that time it becomes difficult to. So yeah, I think we try to get their thoughts and try to mix it a little with our ideology.
Yeah.
If you ask us, our core ideology will always be less is more. We firmly believe in
minimalistic.
minimalism.
Yeah.
We can.
Okay.
I
So we
think
grew up with, like he was saying, grew up looking at Charles Correa, idolizing people like
Yeah.
Charles Correa,
Okay.
Kengo Kuma, and all those people,
Yes.
saying, ki, yaar, wow, this is
Wow.
what we want to do. Is what we started.
Tadawando
Tadawando.
always remains like
Right?
Yeah.
So
the top guy for us.
Yeah.
And
what
Shigeru
happened
Ban, all
down the
this.
years was that, we imbibed all of that, but then we came out with something that maybe marries that in some way
Yeah.
to
Okay.
whatever
Yeah.
contemporary feel we
Yes.
want, or whatever is the ideology prevailing. But at the background, if you ask us, our thought process is still
It's
to
all
keep it
minimalistic.
very clean, very minimal, straight line, no ostentations, if you ask us.
Yeah.
Right?
Personal choice.
Personal choice. But yeah, like he said,
Yeah,
a lot of things are now
Over
driven
the
by
years,
marketing,
it's
right?
about
Okay.
marketing.
All the developers now come with a marketing
They want
brief.
Yeah.
Okay, our guys want this product.
Mm.
They
So
want
then,
doing a-
finally you have to
Yeah.
deliver that product
doing a project
to
in
them.
Goa, which is not even Portuguese. It's like a mix of a lot of style, but
Same.
predominantly hint of Portuguese
Okay.
architecture. Probably that's not our
forte, but
forte, but still we are doing it because
Yeah.
it's commercially viable. And also now as we grow in our years of practice, we realize that we also want to do a different genre of work. We don't want to
agreed.
stick to that. But yes, if someone lets us do what we want to do, we'll probably do it in the simplest possible
Yeah.
form. Again, Charles Correa influenced or Tadawando influenced work is something which is very dear to our heart.
If your job title were a superhero name, what would it be?
Job title would be a
Superhero
Name.
name.
Or a
Superhero, I don't know. James Bond has always been.
Yeah.
that's
I get that vibe also. Yeah. Thank you.
So more than superhero, he doesn't qualify. Yeah, he
He
qualifies as a
qualifies,
superhero.
yeah,
Because
he's
everything that he does
He's
is
the
not
best
natural.
smile we have. I think he qualifies
वो
for
जो सब
everything.
करता है वो
He is
normal.
a kind of superhero.
Yeah, Batman or आपका whatever all
Superman.
those.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't watch a lot of
Yeah.
those kind of movies, but yeah, I think it's the same what he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. For you,
So,
sir?
yes.
Can't really think of anything, but maybe Batman, right? He's not some
Okay.
guy who has some superpower, etc. Whatever he's doing,
He's got money.
doing by
I think that's
himself.
one of the
He
biggest
has money.
superpowers that you could
but
have.
you can use money in a lot of different ways, right?
Yeah.
At least
Yeah. No, I agree.
trying to
I
make
agree.
himself into
Self-
something better.
Yeah. One piece of advice that you want to give to your friends. Like Manish Dixit sir said, that, relax. World is not going anywhere.
Yeah, that is also, I think, but not a piece of advice for others. That's sometimes for ourselves also.
Yeah.
yeah.
At some point of time, you are also in the rat race. So
Yeah.
it's like, for me, practice what you preach, but preach what you practice kind of thing. Yeah, it works. Matlab, if I agree with Manish when he says that relax, but if I had to say relax to somebody, I would have to go back to my consciousness
yeah.
that even I need to relax.
It's the first time I'm seeing you so relaxed.
Yeah, I'm very actually
Yeah.
like 8:45 बजे सुबह में एकदम ऐसा ये रहता हूँ कि ये भी करता हूँ, ये भी करता हूँ, ये भी करता हूँ, उसको फोन करता हूँ, उसको करता हूँ. Like I'm all charged up.
Been discussing that. I think there's still couple of brands more which have never seen India, or Indians have not seen a brand in their perspective, which are still at a very different level. I think that's the time which we are planning to get to a scale which is much higher than this.
Okay.
So let's see in the near future will
Also,
be.
one good positive about your store, the way the store is come up with the display and stuff. It's easier for a client to walk in without an architect, because most clients now it's physically not possible for us to accompany every client everywhere. So we send them a list of vendors that this is the journey that you can go through before we come into the picture and close the loop. So I think places like your store make it easier for the client to understand how the tiles can be used. If it, for example, आपने doors पे लगाया, we want that seamless experience for the floor going on the wall. To explain it on a sketch, then onto a 3D, is still okay, but the 3D still gives you a very fictitious vibe, you know, because that question mark is always dangling कि यार ये क्या लगा रहा है, tile door पे लगाने वाला है, गिरेगा tile, you know, it will create an accident, blah blah blah. When the store has all that done, it kind of helps the designers to narrate that story in a much better manner.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Now for us, I think Kite is one team. How was your
Was your
experience?
experience?
That's for the little close at hand.
Nice. We've never, like I said, na, we've never had the time to go back and think, and also think of what's being doing, what's going to happen in the future for us. So
I think some of these things we'll be thinking even after we go out from here. Some of the questions, I mean, I must appreciate the way the questions were framed.
yes,
You know, to actually provoke some thought
Yeah.
rather than just being banal.
like that question of yours where you asked us what inspired.
Yeah.
I think lots of things must have inspired. It's not possible that
But you never
through your
stop
entire
and-
journey,
and-
but you
and
don't
realize.
actually
Absolutely.
stop there and think,
Yeah.
okay, this monument or this art or this, can move forward. There'll be, I think, if a person is conscious about design and looking at and curious to try and see more things as one travels or even everywhere, but you tend to forget what thought went through your mind at that point of time. Sitting in the airport looking at maybe a sculpture, what crossed your mind and whether it moved ahead into something in ideation. So that was very interesting, thought-provoking.